Boys and girls, welcome. I'm trying to get rid of my video here. Awesome. All right. Today we are going to be working on changing improper fractions to mixed numbers and mixed numbers to improper fractions. This is kind of a skill that you learned in years past, but we need to work on this a little bit or you might not remember. So I'm making today's video. All right, you're going to have the opportunity to take notes. If you look in the green box here underneath, there's a white box today and another one we're going to be using for this particular lesson. Okay, so the I can statements for today up in the blue box say, I can change an improper fraction into a mixed number, and I can change a mixed number into an improper fraction. These are two different steps. So let's start with the first I can statement right up here, okay? We're going to start with an improper fraction and we're going to change it into a mixed number. Okay, so let's start first of all with an improper fraction. Now, an improper fraction, this is what we're talking about right here, an improper fraction, all right? Erase some of that. An improper fraction, it looks like this. It'll be like 10 over 3, okay? That means that the numerator, which is this top number, is bigger than the denominator. This is improper or not the best way to have a fraction, let's say, in its the form that we would want to look at it. But there are times when I need to use a fraction in its improper form. So it's not that it's wrong, it's just another way to write the fraction. That means that every item that I break up is going to have 3 pieces in it, but I have 10 pieces, not 3. Okay? So today, though, the emphasis is how do I change this into a mixed number? So here's what we're going to do. Please follow my directions. Number 1, we're going to divide the top, the numerator, by the denominator, the bottom. Okay? So what I'm going to do is we're going to set up the problem. And to do that, I'm literally going to set up a division problem. I'm going to make my box. Okay? Now, what I divide by is always here on the outside. The 3 is going to go on the outside. So the denominator goes on the outside. The numerator is going to go on the inside. Whether it's bigger or smaller, it doesn't matter. We're going to learn that later on. So we're going to now change this to an improper fraction. First, I'm going to divide 10. I'm going to go ahead and divide. 3 goes into 10 3 times. So 3 times 3 is 9. Okay? I'm going to subtract the 9 and I get 1 left. Now, I'm not going to put a decimal or I'm not going to have anything else there. This is like 3 remainder 1. Okay? So this is what we're going to do. Now, step 3 says the divisor, which is this 3 here, the answer on the top is the whole number. So 10 over 3 or 10 thirds is the same as 3 whole. And then the remainder right here, the remainder is going to become my new numerator on the top. Now, step 5 in the dark pink says the denominator always stays the same. So if my denominator was a 3, my denominator will be a 3 here because it's also what I divided by. That's my denominator. All right. That's how I change an improper fraction into a mixed number. You are going to divide. Okay? Do you understand? You are going to divide. All right. Now we're going to focus on the second I can statement where we're going to take a mixed number like this and change it into a improper fraction. We need to be able to do both of these steps, change the form of the fraction, depending on the type of math that we are doing in the moment, okay? Let me erase that. I'm going to make this smaller and move it out of the way for right now, okay? I want to bring up this set of directions. Now, this set of directions is for making a mixed number into an improper fraction. So I'm going to make a mixed number this time into an improper fraction. Okay, I'm gonna use a different fraction just for the fun of it. Let's say that I have 2 and I don't know, let's not make it too hard, 3/5. Okay, this is a mixed number because it has a whole number and then it has a fraction. It has both parts. That makes it a mixed number. So to change it into an improper fraction or to find its equivalent as an improper, I'm going to do this. Step 1 says to multiply the whole number and the denominator, guys. So I'm going to take the 2 times 5 here, okay? So 2 times 5 is going to be 10. That makes us right here, 2 times 5 equals 10. Now I'm not done. I'm going to do step 2, which is to add the numerator to the product. This is my numerator. By product, I mean this 10. Whenever we multiply, we have a product. So now I'm going to add on the 3, which makes 13. Okay? Now, this number becomes the new numerator. You just put it on top. Step 4 says the denominator stays the same. Correct, boys and girls. So then the denominator here was a 5. So the denominator is going to be a 5 here. Okay, this took 2 steps. It took multiplying and then adding to get to the improper fraction. Okay, all right, these are improper fractions and mixed numbers. There's are just 2 different forms of the same amount. But we need to be able to convert between them so that we can use whichever form we need to do our math. All right, boys and girls, happy math.